So comfortable seat. Extending the spine up away from the sitting bones. Perhaps take a deep inhale, lift the shoulders up, and as you exhale, roll them back. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, roll them back. And one more time, inhale, lift them up. And exhale, roll them back. And then choosing your mudra, close your eyes, take a relaxing inhale and exhale. And then just take a few natural breaths and attune to all the feelings and sensations that might be awakened by whichever mudra you've chosen. The attention may naturally be drawn to the area of the solar plexus or just above the navel or not. Just noticing which sensations come into your awareness, noticing the breath. And then as you're ready to do so, taking control of the breath and very gently beginning to deepen it. Relaxing the abdomen for the inhale and lightly contracting it at the end of the exhale. And as the body's ready to receive a deeper breath, beginning to move that breath up into the rib cage. And eventually up high into the collarbone area or the clavicular breath. And then beginning to smooth things out into a nice three-part Dirga Pranayama. Long, smooth inhale, long, smooth exhale. And at the end of the next exhale, releasing control of the breath. And again, just going back to observing sensation, observing breath. And then take a deep, relaxing inhale and exhale. Release your mudra. And slowly open your eyes. And bringing your hands to your knees, we'll start our warm-ups. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, round to cat back. And as you inhale, arch to dog back. And exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. And then come to neutral spine, easy stretch over to the right. And stretching left. Stretching right with the left arm overhead. And stretching left. And right again. And left again. And easy twist to the right. And twisting left. And right again. And left again. And then come to center, stretch the arms out in front and flex the palms up and fist them down and flex them up and fist them down, and then circle them in the same direction. And circle the other way. And hands up on the shoulders. Inhale and open the elbows. And exhale, bring them closer together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. And then straight out from the shoulders and do some circles. And circle the other way. And cross your arms, one on top, one on the bottom. Walk the fingers back a little. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And switch and put the other arm on top. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And then switch and put your other leg in front. And clasp your hands, turn your palms out, and stretch the arms up. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, palms together, elbows out, and let the wrist stretch. And then other index finger on top, arms out and up. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, palms together, elbows out. And then moving into Gomukhasana with the left arm on top. So left arm down your back, right arm around behind. Remember, you can use a strap or a belt or a tie between your hands if they don't reach, and if you'd like to have a little leverage there. And then taking just gently deeper breaths up in the chest. And as you exhale, release, moving into the other side. And a few deeper breaths. And as you exhale, release. And then eagle arms with the left elbow on top. So left elbow on top of right elbow. If you can, backs of the hands together, maybe the wrap. And bringing the breath into the back of the ribcage. And as you exhale, release, moving into the other side, right elbow into left. If you can, backs of the hands together, maybe the wrap. Breath into the back of the ribcage. And as you exhale, release, taking the hands behind you, roll the shoulders closer together, stretch through the arms if you're able. Gentle breath high up in the chest. And release and do a couple shoulder rolls. And then we'll do that one more time. And release and do a couple shoulder rolls. And then we'll make our way into table position. So you might move your blankets out of the way, or if you need a little padding under your knees, you certainly leave it beneath your knees. Bringing the hands a good shoulder distance apart. Open the hands up, spread the fingers out, thumbs away from the fingers, all the knuckles on the floor. And press the floor away and firm your arms. And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, round to cat back, dropping your tail and dropping your head. And as you inhale, arching to dog back. And exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. And come to neutral spine. Take the right knee out to the side for fire hydrants. And lower down and lift the left. Lower down and lift the right again, little circles with the knee. And reverse the circle. And lower down, lift the left, little circles with the knee. And reverse the circle. And lower down, big toes together, knees wide apart. Sit back towards your heels, slide your arms out, and forehead to the floor if you're able. And then coming back up to table. And stretch the right leg to straight. And switch and stretch the left. Switch and stretch the right again. Lower back to neutral, left arm up. And if you can, lift the right leg and reach it away from you. And then back to table. Stretch the left leg to straight, pelvis to neutral, right arm up. And if you can, lift the left leg and reach it away. Back to table, leave the hips over the knees, walk the hands forward. And then sit back just a little and slide the arms out and come to puppy stretch. So you're lowering the chest toward the floor. You can rest on your forehead if that's comfortable for you. And then walk the hands back up. And bring your right foot up. Press the heel down and bring the hips forward. So if it's okay for your knee, this is the one pose where I let you bring your knee past your ankle. Make sure you can keep your heel on the floor and get some stretch in the hip flexor of the back leg and ankle flexion on the front. And then shift back and switch sides. Making sure you're working where the heel can stay on the floor and the knee's comfortable. And then shift back to the knees right over the ankle. Palms together, opposite elbow to knee, so we'll be turning toward the front leg. And the back leg can stay on the floor, or you can tuck the toes under and stretch the back leg to straight. And then hands to either side of the front foot and coming to lunge pose. And then drop the back knee to the floor and switch sides. Knee right over the ankle, palms together, opposite elbow to knee, so turning toward the front leg. And again, back leg can stay on the floor or it can stretch out to straight. And then hands to either side of the front foot and coming to lunge pose. And then kneeling pose if you're able. Remembering if your buttocks doesn't come to your heels to fill that space with your blanket or your towel. And then tuck the toes under and sit back again. So I usually do boat pose at this point, but we're going to be doing it a little bit later in our sequence. So we're going to skip that and come on up to standing. So bring the feet to about fist width distance apart, inside edges of the feet parallel. Shifting the thigh bones back from the leg muscles up into the bones. Relax the tailbone down and back and lift the belly up in front. Ribs down, collarbones open. Stretch lightly through the elbows and the fingers and relax the face back. And remember to be a little aware of where your screen is and what you're doing with your head in order to see your device. So we want to make sure that we're not bringing the chin forward and looking down. Try to look out at your horizon line, crown of the head facing the ceiling, underside of the chin parallel to the floor. And just take a few breaths in mountain pose. Feeling yourself grounded into the earth, extending up through the crown of the head. And then turn the palms out, stretch the arms up overhead. Inhale, stretch a little taller. And as you exhale, reach up and over to the right. Inhale up. And exhale up and over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right again. Inhale up and exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale forward to flat back, sitting bones lifting up behind you. And reach out to come up. Relax the tailbone down, reach up to go back, easy back stretch. Inhale up and exhale the arms down. Stretch them out in front, sitting bones out behind you. Sit down into chair pose. Knees the same distance apart as the feet. Weight back in the heels, shoulders relaxing down the back. And let's go down a little bit deeper and come up, but not all the way up. And down a little deeper and up, but not all the way up. And 3 more times. And then go down again and fold down over bent legs. Hands somewhere on your legs and stretch your sitting bones up just to say good evening to your hamstrings. And then deeply bend your knees, come back to chair pose. Press the floor away to stand up. And release the arms down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale to flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse the swan dive up. Exhale, sit back to chair. Inhale up and exhale the arms down. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, forward bend. Inhale to flat back, exhale down. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale to chair. Inhale up and exhale the arms down. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Inhale up. And exhale the arms down. And then taking the feet a little wider apart, a little turned out. You can either come into wide stance forward bend, or if it's okay for your knees, you can come down to squat pose. So either a forward bend or a squat, heels can come up if they need to. I have to direct my dog, excuse me. Hazel, go see Amanda. And then hands down, sitting bones up behind you. Wiggle the feet closer together and come on up. So we're going to join the fronts of the feet. So the fronts of the feet are together and the heels are just slightly apart. And coming back into mountain pose with the hands in prayer position or namaskar. And then go back to that connection to the earth and notice that you might be moving a little bit more than you were when your feet were a little more separated. So finding the 4 corners of the feet, both sides of the balls of the feet, both sides of the heel. Extend the 4 corners down into the floor and draw the leg muscles up and toward each other. Tailbone relaxing down, belly scooping in and up. And then if it's comfortable for you, interlacing all but the index fingers and stretching the arms up overhead. We're going to do Ardha Chandrasana cycle, or half moon 1 cycle. So inhale, pressing into the feet, stretching through the fingers. As you exhale, we're reaching up and over to the right, but this time we're going to let the hips go to the left. So you're really making a C with the side of your body, and if you connect into the feet, you can really stretch through the fingers. And inhale up, and then exhale up and over to the left, again connecting to the feet, stretching through the fingers. Inhale up, exhale forward to your flat back, looking out over your fingertips if you're able. And then reach out to come up. Relax the tailbone down, press into the feet, stretch up to go back, easy back stretch. Inhale up, and exhale the arms down. And just take a resting breath or 2, and then we'll go through that again. So connecting the feet into the floor, drawing the leg muscles up and toward each other, interlacing all but the index fingers, stretching the index fingers up. Inhale and make yourself a little longer. Exhale, reach to the right and let the hips go to the left. Stretching out to the outer side point. And inhale up. And stretching over to the left, letting the hips go to the right. Using the inside edges of the feet against the floor. Inhale up. Exhale forward to your flat back, sitting bones lifting up behind you, gazing over the fingertips if you can. And reach out to come up. Relax the tailbone down, reach up to go back, easy back stretch. Inhale up. And exhale the arms down. And then turning if you need to so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. Step the feet a leg length apart. You can also turn your mat if you'd like, whatever's simpler for you. And we're making our way into 5-point star. Wide stance mountain pose. So now the outside edges of the feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. And once again, we're going to take the thigh bones back. So you might initially feel like you're sticking your butt out behind you, and that's okay. And then as you firm the leg muscles up and toward each other, just allow the tailbone to drop down and back and the pelvis to lift up in front so you've leveled your bowl. And then the rib cage sits on top like a lid over a bowl. Collarbones open, arm bones into the sockets and out through the hands at the same time. And again, being aware of the placement of the head as we gaze at our devices to make sure the underside of the chin is parallel to the floor and the crown of the head is facing the ceiling. And just taking a few breaths in 5-point star. If you want, you can even do a little starfish breath. So as you inhale, extending out in all directions, and as you exhale, allowing yourself to soften slightly. And taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the arms down, a couple of shoulder rolls if that would feel good. And then stretching the arms back out to the sides. So we're going to actually go into Warrior One from wide stance. So it's a little bit longer pose than I usually do. I'm going to turn the left leg in a little bit. The right leg out 90 degrees. And then bring your hands together over your front leg. So you're facing your front leg and kick out your back heel a little. You can step it up a little if that's better for you. And then bending the front knee till it's right over the ankle. You can keep the palms joined, or you can separate them, or you can have your hands on your hips, whatever's more comfortable for you. Stretching to the outside edge of the back foot. Some of you might like to even gaze up at the hands in Exalted Warrior. Breath high up in the chest. Allowing the rib cage to expand out to the sides as you inhale and collapse in as you exhale. And take a deeper inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms back down. We're going to turn the back leg out a little bit and open the arms into Warrior Two. So now the collarbones are turning back to face the long edge of the mat, but we want the front knee tracking right over the front foot. Stretching to the outside edge of the back foot, gazing down the fingers of the front hand. And again, to the extent you can, making the bowl a little more level and putting the lid a little more on top. And if you do that, you might notice that it brings a little awareness into the core area of the body. And take a deeper inhale. And exhale, and then coming back to center, release the arms, take a few resting breaths. And then stretching the arms back out to the sides. Turn the right leg in a little bit, the left leg out 90 degrees. And as you take the upper body to face the front leg, bringing the hands together, allow the back heel to kick out. And again, the back foot can step up a little if that's better. So the body can essentially face the front leg, although it's not square to the front leg. And then bending the front knee to right over the ankle, stretching to the outside edge of the back foot. Arms overhead if you'd like, palms joined, hands separated, or hands on the hips. Whatever works better for you. And again, if the arms are overhead and you'd like, you can look up at the hands. Nice big full breath. And take a deeper inhale. As you exhale, bringing the arms back down. Turn the back leg out a little bit, open the arms. So now we're moving to Warrior Two. So the hips are a little inclined toward the front foot so that the knee can track over the foot, but the collarbones are back open to 5-point star, head's looking down the front hand. Allowing that front thigh to roll inside to outside. It's externally rotating and allowing the tailbone to relax down and back, belly to move up in front. And feel that little bit of intensity as the core works a little bit more in the pose, moving into that third chakra area. And take a deeper inhale. As you exhale, turning back to center, and then go ahead and do a forward bend, bending your knees if you need to bring the hands to the floor. And then moving around in whatever way would feel good for you. So you might just like to shift the hips back and forth, or you might want to bend one knee and stretch through the opposite inner thigh. Or you can walk your hands from one ankle to the other if you like that. You can walk the hands forward, you can walk them between your feet. Whatever feels good for you. And it's good to get to know what feels good for you. And then make your way to center. Hands on your hips, elbows back, stretch the spine forward to come up. And step the feet together. So we're going to do Warrior 3. And to do Warrior 3, we're going to turn back to face the short end of the mat. You're also welcome to situate yourself in such a way that you can have your fingertips on the wall or on a piece of furniture if you'd like. So stepping the right foot forward and the left foot back. And this time I would like the pelvis to square to the front of the mat. And bending the front knee to right over the ankle, we'll come into cactus arms. Holding the upper body down over the lower body. And then shift your weight from your back foot to your front foot. Stretch your arms behind you if you'd like. And lift the back leg up with the toes pointing straight down to the floor. And if you can, stretch the front leg to straight. Stretch the spine forward. Take a breath or two. And then soften the front knee. Gently bring the back foot to the floor. Stretch the arms up overhead. And then switch sides. I'm going to turn my body around, but you can just switch feet. So with the left leg forward and the right leg back, pelvis square to the front of the mat, front knee right over the ankle, cactus arms, folding forward over the front leg, and then shifting the weight into the front leg to free up the back leg. Lift that up as you stretch the arms back. You can also stretch the arms out in front. And again, if you'd like, you can use furniture, which is quite nice. Toes on the back foot are pointing straight down, stretching the front leg to straight if you're able. Take a couple of breaths. And then soften the front knee. Gently bring the back foot to the floor. Make your way back up. And come back to center and step the feet together. So now if you have blocks, I will have you take them to the back corners of your mat on the long edge, just so they're handy if you decide that you need them. And we'll come back out into 5-point star. And then turning the left leg in and the right leg out. Coming back to Warrior 2, so knee tracking right over the ankle, shin bone straight up and down. And if you feel like you're going farther than that, take your feet farther apart. Sinking the weight right in between the legs, knee tracking over the foot, reverse warrior, back arm down, front arm up and over. And then reaching up to come out, we're going to open the arm, stretch the front leg, and go over into triangle pose. Upper body over lower body. Remember, you can look at your front foot, you can look straight ahead, or you can look at the thumb of the top hand, whichever is more comfortable for you. See if you can press into your back heel and draw your tailbone down and back a little bit and let your belly move in and up. And then we're going to go from here into balancing half moon or Ardha Chandrasana 2. So placing the top hand on the hip if you'd like, roll the shoulder open. Try to keep the chest facing forward. Bend the front knee, turn just the head to look over the front leg, grab that block, move it a little bit forward, step your back foot up a little, block a little more forward, back foot up a little, and then with all the weights in the front leg, lifting the back leg up, reaching through both heels, top arm up if you'd like, get your sitting bone underneath you, stack the hips as well as you're able, reaching into both heels, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, soften the front knee, gently place the back foot on the floor. And walk your way back into side angle, so leaving the knee bent. You can bring that block alongside your leg if you'd like, and back arm alongside the ear. So remember, it can come up from the side, it can come across the front, it can bend the elbow and shoot up alongside the ear. Sitting bone underneath you, stretch to your heel, open your torso. And if you like the alternate variation of taking the bottom arm in front of the leg and the top arm straight out from the shoulder, you're welcome to do that. With a little bit more of a twist. And then to come out of the pose, stretching up for the ceiling as you stretch the front leg. Open the arms, soften the front knee, turn the feet to parallel. Resting breath, maybe wiggling the feet a little closer together. And we'll do the other side. Open the arms out to the side. Right leg in, left leg out. Bending the front knee to right over the ankle and adjusting your stance leg. Holding the thigh open. Reverse warrior, back arm down, front arm up and over. So stretching into that back heel to keep the back leg from collapsing. Hugging in the outer front thigh to keep the knee tracking over the foot. And then stretching up to come out. Open the arms, stretch the front leg to straight, shift the pelvis, reach over into triangle pose. And then moving from here into balancing half moon. So we'll bend the front knee, top hand on the hip, grab your block, slide your block forward, step your back foot up a little bit, block forward, back foot up. So remember that block stays in the line behind your foot. Put all the weights in the front leg, lift the back leg, stretch the standing leg to straight, top arm up if you can, sitting bones underneath you. And take a few deeper breaths. And then soften the front knee, gently put the back foot on the floor. And walk your way back into side angle pose. So either forearm on the thigh or block behind the leg, top arm alongside the ear, or it can also go along the body or hand on the hip with the shoulder open. Sitting bone underneath you, reach into both of your feet. And again, if you like the variation with the arm in front of the leg, feel free to move into that. And then as you're ready, you reach up for the ceiling, open the arms, soften the front knee to turn the feet to parallel, and back into forward bend again. So remember to bend your knees if you need to, so that you can put your hands on the floor and support your upper body weight. And then as you're ready, hands on the hips, stretch the spine forward to come up, and step the feet together. And we're going to make our way down into table position in preparation for plank pose. And I apologize, I'm going to take a sip of my hot water because the oak trees are pumping out a lot of pollen right now. So from table position, stretch one leg to straight. And then as you reach into that heel, draw your tailbone toward the heel, let your belly move in and up a little bit, a little less arch in the lower back. And then add the other leg. Reaching the backs of the thighs up toward the ceiling, stretch into the heels, pressing away from the floor. And then moving from here into downward facing dog. And while you're here, you can pedal your feet out if you'd like to get a little more stretch in the hamstrings. Or if there's another variation of dog pose you like to do, like three-legged dog, feel free to do that. And then you can either move in and out of dog pose, or you can move between plank and dog pose. Or if you're so inclined, you can drop your knees to the floor and go through the vinyasa and back to down dog. Whichever you choose, just 3 or 4 times. And then when you're all finished, you can take a moment in child's pose, either with the knees together or the knees separated, arms in front or arms back alongside the body. And then slowly coming up, and we're going to make our way into boat pose. So legs out in front, knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. So as you bring your hands behind your thighs, allow yourself to lean back until the arms are straight, and then be sure to lift in the lower back, lift in the chest, relax the chin, flex the feet. You can lift one leg, or you can lift both legs. If you're able to lift both legs, you might be able to release your arms. If you're on the bendier side, you might be able to stretch your legs. But most important, make sure the lower back is lifting and comfortable. And then coming into cross-legged or whatever would be a comfortable pose for you to take a break in. And then we'll do that one more time. And then if you're moving to cross-legged, put the other leg in front. Otherwise, whatever's a comfortable pose for you. And then slowly come up and bring the legs back in front with the soles of the feet on the floor. And take your hands behind you with the fingers pointing forward. So I like to actually take a moment to kind of roll my shoulder back and then roll the other one back so the elbows can move toward each other and the chest can lift. So we're going to move into reverse table, which I will tell you is not my favorite pose, but sometimes we have to do the poses, but we don't really like. So firming the arms, chest open, pressing into the heels and lifting the hips. The chin can stay toward the chest, or the head can extend back. We don't want to drop it back, whatever's more comfortable for you. But using the feet pressing against the floor to help lift the hips. Externally rotating the arms to the degree you can to help lift the chest. And take a deeper inhale. And exhale, slowly lower the hips to the floor. And we're going to do that one more time. Or if you prefer, you can stretch the legs out and move into reverse plank. So either reverse table or reverse plank. So again, shoulders back, collarbones open, and then pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, making sure to keep the head comfortable. And take a deeper inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. And stretching the legs out in front for Dandasana. So if you're want, you can put your blanket back underneath your pelvis. Otherwise, be sure to move the flesh and the buttocks out to the sides to expose the sitting bones. Take your hands behind you for a moment. Roll the collarbones open. Use the hands against the floor to help you lift the torso. Firm and ground the legs. Flex the feet. Spread the toes out. As you press down into the sitting bones, lengthen up through the crown of your head. So you feel like you're holding up under your heart, both front and back. If you're able to hold that without your hands, you can bring your hands to your lap. You can take one of the mudras that we did earlier in class. And just take a few breaths higher up in the chest. And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release. And then we're going to do side plank or side arm balance pose, and I'll give you several options. First of all, being that if your wrists are tired from doing the reverse table, this pose can be done on your elbow with your hand facing forward. Otherwise, coming to table position and shifting the right knee a little bit more to the center and stretch the left leg out. So we're going to put the inside edge of the left foot directly behind the right foot. Pinky toe side of the foot moving up away from the floor. And then left hand into the chest and up toward the ceiling. So getting your hips underneath you, reaching through the inside edge of the long leg, pressing the floor away with the hand that's on the floor and reaching up through the top arm. So if this is comfortable and you feel like you could stay here all day, you're going to bend your top leg and put your left foot in front of your right knee, and then stretch out the bottom leg and go on to the outside edge of the bottom foot. So you're reaching through the inside edge of the leg. But there's no rush to get there. If the first option's better for you, feel free to stay there. And then some of you might stack or not, whatever's best for you tonight. And then making your way back to center. And we'll switch sides. I'm going to turn my whole body around. And again, if you want to work on the elbow, the hand will be facing the long edge of the mat. Otherwise, from table, moving the left knee a little closer to the center, stretch the right leg out. Inside edge of a flexed foot, directly behind the other foot. Right arm into the chest and up. Sitting bones underneath you, tailbone toward the heels, belly scooping in and up. And press the floor away and reach up for the ceiling. If this is comfortable and you're not shaking at all, you can bend your top leg and put the right foot in front of the left knee and stretch the left leg to straight and go on to the outside edge of the left foot. And some of you might stack. And then making your way back to center and in whatever would be a resting pose for you. And then we're going to finish our standing kneeling poses with gate pose. So coming to upright kneeling, facing the long edge of your mat, and then moving slightly toward the back of the mat. So when you stretch your right leg out to the side, the right foot is going to be forward of your hip. It might be way up toward the front edge of your mat, and that's okay. So you can do this with the knee bent. You can do it with the leg straight and the foot flexed, or you might be able to do it with the leg straight and the foot extended. That doesn't work for everybody, so whichever one is comfortable for you. And sitting bones underneath you, belly scooping in and up again, arms out to the sides. So first of all, we'll come toward the leg. So bringing the right arm, palm up to the top of the right leg, left arm up alongside the ears, stretch up and over to the right. and then reaching up to come out and switching legs. As you stretch the left leg out, moving it a little toward the front edge of the mat. Again, knee can be bent, foot can be flexed, or foot can be extended. Arms out to the sides. Bring the left hand palm up to the top of the leg, right arm alongside the ear. Stretch up through the right side of the body and then over to the left. Breathing into that side stretch into the right lung. And then as you inhale, coming up, open the arms and switching legs again. So this time when we take the right leg out to the side, we're not going to turn it out. We're going to stretch it out just like it would be in 5-point star. So it's still going to be a little forward of the knee, but the kneecap's facing forward and so is the foot. Arms out to the sides. And then if you're able, you're going to reach over and take the left fingertips to the floor on the left side, right arm up to the ceiling or overhead. So if you're overhead, you can get a long stretch. Some of you might even want to lift that right leg up, lifting from the outer thigh, like we would be doing in fire hydrants, go with a straight leg. And then bringing that foot back to the floor, reach through the foot, reach through the fingertips, and then inhale to come back up. And relax the arms down and switch sides. So again, the foot's still a little forward of the other knee, but now the outside edge of the foot's on the floor, toes are pointing straight ahead, outside of the legs facing the ceiling, arms out to the sides. And then reaching the right fingertips to the floor, left hand up to the ceiling, maybe left arm overhead, reaching from your foot to your fingertips. And some of you might like to lift that leg up, lifting from the outer thigh, or no. And then the foot back to the floor if you've lifted it up. Nice stretch through the body and then reaching up for the ceiling to come up. Open the arms, come back to center, and take a rest in whatever's a comfortable position for you. Last working pose. So you've noticed that we've been doing a lot of standing poses and a lot of big muscle poses and a lot of core poses, because that's what really charges up this third chakra area, building that fire. We're going to come down on our bellies for a locust pose. We'll be doing the variation with the arms reaching in back so they can reach alongside you. For some of you, it'll be comfortable to clasp your hands. You can also hold a belt between your hands if you'd like. But starting out by coming down onto your bellies. And put the arms in a comfortable position. Just turn your head to the side. Let your legs relax. And breathe into your belly against the floor. And then turn your head to the other side and take a few more breaths. And then bringing your head to center, resting on your forehead, take your arms back alongside your body. Adjust your legs so the fronts of the legs are facing the floor and the backs of the legs are facing the ceiling. And stretch through the feet, and as you firm the legs, the kneecaps will come away from the floor, but the feet and the thighs will stay on the floor. Drawing the tailbone toward the heels, let the belly scoop in and up, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and roll them onto your back. And then as you inhale, reach through your fingers, reach through your feet, lifting the legs, lifting the arms, lifting the torso, lifting the head. So as you're breathing into that solar plexus area against the floor, building a little more fire in that area. And as you exhale, relaxing down, turn your head to the side, supported if you need to, let your legs relax, take a few breaths. And then you can either repeat that, or if you would like to move into downward facing bow pose, Urdhva you can bend your knees and grab your ankles, flex your feet, shoulders on the back, and then lifting through the thighs, reaching the heels toward the ceiling, lifting the head and the chest, or stretching your legs, stretching your arms, lifting the head and chest in downward bow. And taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release. Turn your head to the side, make your legs comfortable. A few breaths into the belly. And then turn your head to the other side and take a few more. And then to come out of this position, you can either press back through table position or stretch one arm to straight and roll onto that side into fetal position and make your way up to sitting. And then we're going to move into Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. So you're welcome to sit up on your blanket if you'd like. And bring the right knee in toward the chest. And then put the right foot on the other side of the left leg. The left leg can either stay straight or it can tuck back. One is not better than the other. It's just whichever gives you a more comfortable seat on both sitting bones ideally. And then taking the left arm to hold the right knee, and we'd like to hold that right knee a little more upright so we get a nice stretch in the IT band. And then taking the right hand behind you, press into the fingertips on the back hand and stretch the spine up toward the ceiling. Deep inhale. As you exhale, drawing the belly in and twisting to the right. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, drawing everything into the middle for the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly untwist, perhaps a little counter twist to the open side. And then coming back to center, and we'll switch sides. Bending the left knee in toward the chest, and place the left foot on the other side of the right leg. It can stay on its own side if you'd like. And either leaving the right leg extended or tucking the right leg back. And then right arm around the left knee, bringing the knee to upright, taking the left hand behind you, roll the shoulders open, lengthening the spine, deep inhale. And as you exhale, draw everything into the middle and twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, slowly untwist. Little counter twist to the open side. And then coming back to center. And then you can make your way down onto your back, but before you do that, you might want to have anything that you'll need later for Shavasana handy. So sweater or sock if you're cool, blanket for under the head if you'd like it, eye pillows, whatever. Just have that handy so you don't have to get up to get it. And then coming down onto your back, stretch the legs out, flex the feet, reach through the heels. You can take the arms up overhead if you'd like, and stretch your body in two directions. As you exhale, let go of your belly and allow it to fall in and lift up. As you inhale, expand the rib cage to the sides. And as you exhale, allow the ribs to collapse. Inhale, expand. And exhale, collapse. And deeper inhale. As you exhale, bend the right knee in towards your chest and give it a hug. Inhale, release, arms overhead. And exhale, bring the left one in. Inhale, release, arms overhead. Exhale, bring the right one in. Inhale, release, arms overhead. And exhale, bring the left one in. And then hugging both knees into your chest. You can rock around a little if that's comfortable for you. You might circle the knees in the same direction. And if you're circling, circle the other way. If you like happy baby pose, you can separate the knees and lift the feet and move to happy baby. And then as you're ready, you're making your way back to center and back to stillness and bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. And let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh and bring the left thigh in towards your chest. You can reach between your legs to grab it. Flexing both feet. If you're on the bendier side, you might like to extend the left leg or not. Some of you might hold around the shins instead of holding the back of the thigh. And take a deeper inhale. Exhale, slowly release and switch sides. Crossing the left foot over the right knee. And then bringing the right thigh in toward the chest, flexing both feet, and either holding behind the right thigh or on the shin, or if you're on the bendier side, perhaps extending the right leg. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then making your way back out of the pose and bringing both knees into the chest again. And then taking the arms out to the side at shoulder height. I like to turn my palms upward, but whatever's comfortable for you. Perhaps take a moment to rock to either side and bring the shoulder blades down toward the waist a little. And feel that long line across the back of the arms and the back of the shoulders. So we're going to try to keep that anchored against the floor. And having the knees a little closer than vertical thighs, feet flexed, legs together. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the navel down into the body and begin to take the legs to the right, but we only want to go as far as the right legs can support the left leg. So the bottom leg is supporting the top leg, the shoulders are staying on the floor. So you might come to a point of hover. And as you stay there, just breathe, and on the exhale, see if you can draw the belly more into the body. Head can look straight up or head can look to the left. And take a deeper inhale. As you exhale, draw the knees a little closer to the chest to come to center. And then deep inhale, exhale, belly down. And then taking the legs over to the left. Again, the bottom leg or left leg is supporting the top leg or right leg. Shoulders are staying anchored to the floor. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in a little deeper, and then draw the knees closer to the chest to come to center. And then either hugging the knees into the chest or stretching the legs out, whichever would feel better for you. So usually at this point in my classes, I give you about 2 minutes or 3 minutes to do something that you would like to do before we move into Shavasana. And I'd like to do that tonight. So you're in your own home. And there might be a wall nearby that you'd like to do legs up the wall. There might be a chair nearby that you'd like to lie on your back with your calves on the chair. If you have your blocks, you can do lower back blocks or supported bridge pose or upper back blocks. Or there might be a pose or a stretch that I didn't do tonight that you were hoping I would do. And so just take about 2 minutes and go ahead and do what you need to finish your practice before we move to Shavasana. And if you're in a relaxing pose on your back, you might even try coming back to one of the mudras that we did at the beginning of class. Either Kubera with the index and middle finger to the tip of the thumb and the others folded into the palm. Or Surya Mudra with the ring finger toward the base of the thumb folded over, and other 3 fingers extended. And just taking another half a minute or so if you need it. And whenever you're ready, making your way down into Shavasana for relaxation. So in Shavasana, we like the legs comfortably far apart, comfortably flopped open. Arms a comfortable distance from the body with the palms facing upward if you're able. And the head relaxing so the chin is slightly lower than the forehead. And as you inhale, you might shrug the shoulders up toward the ears. And as you exhale, allow them fall back toward the floor, allowing the arms to float away from the body a little. And then just allow the body to breathe in whatever way it would like. Let all the muscles of the face relax. Relax your forehead and your temples. Relax your eyebrows and the space between your eyebrows. Let your eyes relax back into their sockets. Let go of your cheeks. Relax your jaw and your lips. Relax your throat and the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders and your collarbones. Your arms and your elbows. Relax your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs. Relax your rib cage and the length of your spine. Relax your hips and your abdomen, your thighs and your knees. Relax your legs, your ankles, your feet and your toes. Let the back of your body melt into the floor. Relax the back of your neck. And let your head rest heavy. Let your breath flow freely. And hold your awareness inside. And simply watch. Watching sensation. Watching thoughts. Watching breath. But just watching. Begin to deepen your breath. Gently stretch through your fingers and your toes, your arms and your legs. Slowly rock your head from side to side or do a big stretch if you'd like. And then one at a time, bend your knees and roll to your right side and rest in fetal position. And then continue to roll to your right so you can use your arm and your hand to help you press up to sitting. Keeping the spine soft, letting the head come up last. Relaxing inhale and exhale. Join your hands at your heart center. And bow your head to your heart. And then slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Nice to have you all tonight. I'm going to come over and unmute.